welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nissa, and today I'm building this little habitat for the American alligator. We have a little mud in here, I will get more into that. But besides that, guys, if you want to learn more about the American alligator or simply just see how I build this habitat, then please keep watching. Yep, everybody, and let's just get all the difficult stuff out of the way today. And one of the most difficult things today is to tell you about the mod. Again, I probably use a few prop mods today, but I use that mod most of the time and I don't remember which things are mods and from the game. And I really do not remember every single propped thing where it comes from. I have a playlist with that can help you find it. And as always, when you see me pick out the things in the menu, if they have a mark from in the top right corner, that mark will tell you which pack it's from. Orange Africa mat, it's the Safari Pop pack. We have a dinosaur for the Jurassic World Evolution prop pack. We have a purple Asia or India mark from the Indian prop pack, and so on. So that will help you out a little bit. But otherwise, I have a playlist with every single prop mod that I have. And a few that I actually don't have currently. But the mod I want to tell you more specific about right now is the American alligator mod, which, as you know, we already have in the game. So it's not a new species mod, it is a remaster mod. So it will not add new animals to your zoo. It will simply go in and change the one that's already there. This specific one does not actually change a whole lot, but it gives a lot of new color variations. I have some of them in here later in the cinematics you will see, but not all of them. Some of them are difficult to find, some of them are quite easy. And if you want more colorful alligators, I really recommend you look at that. Again, link for my video on the mod, link for Nexus where you can go download it, and link to Leave's video on how to install mods and put them into your game in a safe manner. I really recommend that video. All of those links will be linked below, and even if you have tried mods in other games, maybe you haven't in Planet Zoo, and it is one of the more confusing games to do it in. I will say they do not have a legit way of doing it. They don't have a mod folder, so you need to go in through a back road, and that video was what made me comfortable doing mods, and I hope it will help you as well. But again, there's a lot of people out there already made videos on this, so if you find a good one, stay with that. I won't hold it against you at all. And I just want to say, when this video go out Saturday, yesterday, Friday, I was live on my second channel. I do that a few times a week at this point. And I played Planet Zoo with something that will not get up on this channel. I wanted to make a new zoo specifically for my mods and to show them up in a more beautiful manner. Therefore, I don't actually have animals to put in there, so I don't know what to talk on in the meanwhile if I made it a speed build. So I just do it over there. I take my time, I just have some fun. Drink some tea and just hang out with you guys. So if you want to see that, the live stream is still up over there on Nisse Live, and again, link is in the description. And I do plan to do more. I did it with a rocky desert biome here yesterday, but I do plan to make one in like each biome at least, so no matter which mod we are looking at, we will find something that fits with it. But it was a fun way to build, and something a different way of going into it than what I normally do. So I really enjoyed that. And again, it's there if you want to see it, and if you don't, then you don't have to, of course. But today we are talking about the American alligator, and as always, link to all of my information will be linked today, or below, sorry, and today. We are using animalia.bio. I will say though, I always link where my information comes from, but sometimes I use multiple websites, sometimes I use one. But animalia.bio is pretty much my go-to website for these kind of stuffs. But again, if you know a real good website to find these kinds of informations, please tell me and I will check it out. When I started building these water areas down here, I did think about what I wanted. Again, we already have the saltwater crocodile and the Tomistova already in the zoo, so did I really need another big crocodilian? And yes, I did, because they are from a whole other part of the ocean basically, and I really want to show up. I really like to show off like very similar animals that have grown into different animals, kind of like when I make a bear habitat and choose to put two bears up completely next to each other to really show off their different environment and their different adaptations to the world. For me, is the American alligator also my first go-to, not my go-to, but my first like water animal I think of when I think specifically about South America. Not specifically like the ocean around it, but like inside of South America, I always think of the saltwater crocodile. Of course, we have a lot of other water animals such as the or subaquatic, such as the capybara. However, I thought this water was a little too deep for that filler, so if we're gonna put them in here, we will find something a little more like capybara friendly. Anyway, the American alligator is of course in the Crocodilia order, which you would think put them into the family of crocodiles, but they are not. They have their own family called the Alligatoridae, and you would think that when they split up from crocodiles, then they will split up from all crocodilians and just be alligators, especially because it is called Alligatoridae. But no, we have a few things here. We have the black caiman, Chinese alligator, Gulliver's dwarf caiman, spectated caiman, yakare caiman, broad-snouted caiman, smooth-footed caiman, and a few extinct animals as well. It is actually funny to look at here. All of these caimans, we actually have either have them in the game already or have them modded as well with the Chinese alligator, which I find extremely interesting, to be honest. That's apparently a family the modders love a lot. And before I get too lost in it, we have 3 workshop items here that I use. You can see it's the same as I use in the other water habitat, and workshop items is items you can download on Steam, and they are not technically mods. I think some games add both mods and custom things under Steam workshop, but for Planet Zoo it's only like custom made items made from things naturally in the game. So you can go in there and just subscribe and they will automatically show up in your game. It's very easy to do so. Again, there's tons of video on how to do that. But we have the 3. We have Cece's Aquatic Plant Pack by Cece. Then we have Water Plants by someone. When I look at Steam, it's just like a long number. And I really can't trace it back for some reason. I did have a name at some point, but it disappeared. I have no idea why. And then we have Assortment of Corals by Acreatist. Again, you would think at some point I would learn how to pronounce these names, but no. And I started actually with in the middle part out here. I wanted something pretty. We will not put everything up here in here right now. I only take these 2. I was gonna call them squares, but they're not squared. But these 2 places in here in the middle. And the other part we will do probably next time we do our aquatic habitat or the time after that. But I did go a lot back and forth. I actually thought I would stay with the aquatic theme for a long time, but then I decided not to. Then I thought about making something with statues, maybe some water, but then again, we have a lot of water around here, so would the guests actually need more water? I don't think so. So what I went with was basically that guests come to the zoo to watch animals. They don't come to watch other guests. And guests do not like to actually feel like a zoo animal and other people staring at it. So it's really much to make people feel more away from everyone else. Again, we have a lot of paths here going across from each other, above each other, around each other. And I just want to split that up so they don't feel like other guests can just stare in their bags when they just want to enjoy the animals. So I went with something very big, which is these, and they will be kind of see-through, and then we put some plants in there to make them less see-through, but you can still see through them if you really want to. So we will still get airflow, we will still get a lot of sun, but kind of divide these things to give people the space they probably would like in their vacation. And though the alligators are in family with the caimans, they do not have the same genus. The alligator genus is Alligator, which makes the American alligator's Latin name Alligators mississippinis. And they are then share the genus Alligator with the Chinese alligator again, and then the two extinct alligators being Alligator olseni and Alligator prenasilis, I think it's pronounced. Again, I'm awful at these things. Wish I was better, but it's the best it's gonna get at this point. The American alligator is a fairly big crocodilian, and it is the biggest in its genus and also in the family. Again, family with Chinese alligators and caimans, so it makes sense it's the biggest one. But looking overall with the crocodilians, it's still fairly big. We have some crocodiles that can be really, really big, but it's still a big filler. Even though it is so big and heavy and have these small stumpy legs, it can still actually run fairly fast and even go into a gallop. This is compared to other crocodilians. Again, I'm pretty sure like on a playing field they would lose to a cheetah or a horse, but besides that they are fairly fast and therefore they are fairly dangerous, because most people think as long as you are on land you are safe, and you're not. The funny thing here is actually because of my brain remembered something wrong, I messed up my pattern with these habitats. I wanted to go from Asia and Australia over the Pacific Ocean to South America, and I missed something because the American alligator is of course from America, which is North America, more specifically the United States. They are still from the more southern part of North America, but they are from North America, so I have to do North America and then South America, but I hope we'll manage that part. It's just, sorry, I messed up. They live in a lot of different places, but they do need some kind of water. It can both be marine, in territorial zones, freshwater, blackish water, coastal area, marsh, lakes, rivers, wetlands, but also lesser wet areas such as bog and swamps, which is mostly more muddy than actually like deep waters. They both live in the tropical and the temperate climate zones, but remember that it's not like temperate is a vast different from the southern part of temperate to the northern part of temperate. So it's not like they will go up north where it's like minus 30 degrees Celsius or just minus 10 degrees Celsius in the winter. They will stay in the hotter part of the temperate climate zone. The American alligator is basically in the luckiest place it can be. like species wise, if you look at it, because we have numbers about 500, sorry, not 500, 5 million living individuals. And again, when we talk about these numbers, we need to look at how big an area they live in, and they do actually not live in like these massive areas, like multiple continents and such. So therefore 5 million is quite a big thing here. But the reason we have these numbers is because they are actually listed as threatened according to local federal government. This is not exactly to protect the American alligator, but the American crocodile. And because people in these areas apparently can't tell the difference, you just need to protect both. So the American crocodile is endangered and needs to be protected, so we cannot shoot either of them, which can give some local issues, of course. But this really allowed the American alligator to thrive in the areas they really want to be in, and therefore they are of course listed as least concern according to the IUCN Red List, even though the federal government locally have listed them as threatened, which is kind of a funny story. I think so. Anyway, enjoyed the cinematics, and I will be back for the outro. Okay guys, that's all I got for you today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and as always guys, you know the drill. Like, subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. really hope to see you again, either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye guys!